clubs that I've done for school psychologists. So for those of you who don't know, in the past, I've done book clubs for school psych related books. I usually love to do book clubs because it's accountability for me. I don't know about all of you, but I have a stack of books that I have purchased that I have never opened up, right next to the stack of books where I've only read chapter 1. Right? I don't know how many of you kind of fall into that category as well, but that's kind of me. So a lot of times I do book clubs because it forces me to read the book, especially if I'm leading the book club. So for a good couple of years, I was running some different book clubs. And so last year, I gave people access to all the replays if they were interested in listening. And then we did a drawing every day so people could win free books. So that was like, obviously my knowledge thing. Makes me, actually just saying that out loud, reminds me of when my nieces were really young. I don't know if all the schools, I don't know the last time I went to a school and saw this, but we used to have people come into our schools and like spread a bunch of books that we could buy. I was always like educational Aunt Jenny. Like when my nieces were little, like all their presents were books. So it's not surprising to me that I thought a good present to all the school psychs were access to book clubs and free books. That's just me. So I've really been thinking about what are some different ways that I could, help out school psychologists. And I think one of the things I've, obviously when we think about what I've done the last couple of years is really just providing resources. Because school psychologists, there's a reason why I call my membership the Prepared School Psychologist, because to me, the word prepared captures how I want to feel in my role, how I think a lot of people want to feel, that we're walking into meetings. We never know what someone might say at some of our meetings. And so we just want to feel prepared, right? That we have access to resources and access to people who can help respond to questions so that we can feel fairly confident coming in to every single day of our job, having an idea of, okay, I know there's no way I'm going to be able to know the answer to every question that exists out there, but I know where I could find the answer, right? I have really great problem solving skills to get to an answer. That's usually what I think about nowadays, because there's still situations 20 years into this field where I've never been in that situation, right? And I don't know about all of you, but sometimes before some of our meetings, I sometimes will get those fun school psych stress streams, right? I was just sharing with some people because I had one last night where, and I've never had this one. I've definitely had the meeting where people aren't introducing themselves correctly at the meeting. Have you ever had that one? So that just brings up some of my control issues. I've had this dream a number of times where we're all sitting around, usually not in a school, but I remember one, like we were in the basement of someone's house having an IEP meeting, and everyone was sitting around introducing themselves, but they were doing it wrong. Like they were talking about like themselves like they were on a dating site. Like they were like, I'm Jenny and I love long walks on the beach. What? Like, that's not how we introduce ourselves at IEP meetings. But last night I had a dream about the KABC and someone had spilled all the picture cards and I was trying to put them back in order, but it wasn't making sense and I couldn't figure it out. So fun stress dreams as school psychologist, right? So been trying to think about what are some ideas to help school psychologists feeling like they've got some good resources so that they're feeling really prepared. And so I will tell you that myself and my team have been brainstorming some different things to provide to everyone for School Psych Week next week. And so what I'll tell you is I'm not going to tell you what that is yet. But if you want to be the first to know, if you want to be on the list, to be the first to know, to see if this is something that might interest you, then go ahead and go over to my website right now, jennyponzurek.com, and there's something right there on the screen that says sign up for the waitlist for School Psych Week. And you will get an email on Monday morning with some information. And if that's something that is interesting to you, that's something that you can participate in, if you feel like that could increase your confidence, increase your number of resources that you have, then I'm going to invite you to participate in it. If it's not something you're interested in, then I just hope you enjoy whatever it is that happens for you during school psych week. Whether that's you getting to go to a board meeting late at night for people to acknowledge you, or you getting a cake, like that one year I got a cake, or maybe you just have to wait till school counselor week. I will tell you, a lot of times I got gifts during school counselor week. And for someone who doesn't get a lot of gifts, I always accepted them. I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to invite you. Hopefully you're like intrigued by this. Go ahead and go over to my website if you haven't already, and click on the link that says sign up to be the first to know about what's happening during school psych week. And then you'll get an email Monday morning. All right. That's all I wanted to hop on and say to all of you, other than for all of you who had students on campus today, congratulations for making it through the day. That day after the sugar rush of Halloween, I know can be a rough day sometimes at school. I know a lot of schools put PD day on November 1st. I know I was providing some PD for a district this morning virtually because they just had a PD day. So however you made it through your day, congratulations. And I can't wait for next week. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. I'll see you guys all later.